rescues. We have crews stationed all across that area. We want to go now to our very own Jayla Washington. So Jayla, I know that you've been in Kerrville since about 10 this morning. Can you just walk me through, first tell me what you're seeing now, and then I want you to walk me through what the day's been like there.
Okay, so as far as what I'm seeing right now, Jennifer, we are standing in front of a park, okay? So you look behind me and all you see is water. That is the Guadalupe River completely flooded. It's still mind-blowing, honestly, sitting here seeing it for myself as I talk you guys through it. I was talking to a longtime resident here who tells me that there were just food trucks out just last night. There's a bridge that is now completely covered with water. Lots of trails that people would come and walk on daily, as well as even a water park that is now completely underwater. Keep in mind, this is a very popular park here in Kerrville that has been completely flooded. Trees are snapped, and there's just lots of debris floating through the river. So it's been pretty remarkable to see, just because, again, this is something that was very unexpected. So as far as when we got into town, we started out at a couple of the family reunification centers. So there was one at Walmart, there is one at a church, and there's also one at a theater here in town, and now there's even one at an elementary school nearby. And pretty much we're seeing families just show up in desperation, confused, right? Wanting to know where their family members are. A lot of parents, some from the Austin area, who were coming from Austin to find their kids who were at summer camp. So you can just imagine the heartbreak there. There was a happy story. I did connect with one family that was able to reunite, a mother and a daughter. Her daughter was here from out of town and got in the car and drove as soon as she heard that there was flooding, and didn't hear from her mother, who was 80 years old, earlier today. But it seems like, city officials are doing all they can to keep people informed, but the truth is there's just really not a lot of information right now, or not a lot of information that they can release right now. I connected with some families as well from Facebook groups who were posting, hey, be on the lookout for my boyfriend's mom or my grandparent. And one of those people tells me that one of those individuals who I spoke with tells me they went to the funeral home earlier today to ID that family member. So again, a very fluid situation, and officials here telling us, the county judge telling us, they did not have a warning system in place to be prepared for what you see here. The county judge even telling us as well that this is the worst flood that he has seen, worse than a really bad flood that happened here back in the 80s, Jennifer.
Yeah, that was in 1987. And Jayla, I want to give our viewers some perspective. I grew up in San Antonio, so I'm familiar with the Kerrville area. That is a very popular destination for camps, for RV resorts, especially over the summer. And obviously it's July 4th. So a lot of people, a lot of visitors were in town, people who aren't really familiar with that area there. Can you talk about the rescue efforts that you've seen? You've talked about the reunification efforts, but what about the rescue efforts that you've seen so far in that area?
So Jennifer, I don't know if you can hear it, but above head, all we're hearing is just helicopters going back and forth, looking over the Guadalupe River. So not only helicopters, but we see lots of teams on the ground, ambulances, sort of just rushing through town. Officials obviously not confirming to us at this point how many people are still stranded or how many rescues have been successful, but it is a multi-agency effort. You've got not just the local agencies, law enforcement here leading those efforts, but you've got state agencies helping out, and even nearby agencies from neighboring cities who are also in town. Really just all hands on deck situation right now.
Yeah, and I want to add some numbers to that, Jayla. The Lieutenant Governor, Dan Patrick, who is acting governor currently, he said that 14 choppers are up in the air currently, 9 rescue teams. There are about 500 people on the ground. These are state agencies, as Jayla just mentioned, DPS, other law enforcement agencies, as well as state agencies there helping in these rescue efforts. When we go back to when you first got on the ground, paint that picture for me. What did you see when you first got there around 10 a.m. this morning?
When we first got here around 10 a.m. this morning, first of all, it was still pouring down rain. It's still raining out here now, but it was raining much more than what it is right now. And, you know, it seemed very chaotic when we first got here, right? Lots of families coming up to us even saying, do you have any information? Showing us pictures of their loved ones, Jennifer. So imagine the chaos, right, of helicopters swirling above head as we still hear right now, and then families just going from place to place to place trying to find their relatives. You can see one of those helicopters right there. Actually, Jennifer, it looks like it's getting a little bit lower to the ground. Not sure where that helicopter is headed, but this is exactly what we have been seeing all day, and those efforts just seemingly ramping up, Jennifer, as the rain continues. There is still a severe flood watch out here right now. I'm still getting notifications on my phone about that severe flood watch, and just families absolutely desperate. I don't know how else I can paint the picture, Jennifer, other than telling you these families just want answers.
Okay, Jayla Washington, we know that you'll be out there for us, and we'll check in with you later. Again,